take your time. What's the... Oh, he stabbed. Did I just solve Severance? Yeah, all my theories were crap. This is my Super Bowl. Happy sunrise on the reaping day. I'm gonna commit to giving like chapter by chapter updates as I read this. I can't decide if I want it to be spoiler or spoiler free. I might do a little bit of both. Maybe just like discussing my opinion and stuff on characters or like reactions to things that happen, but like not saying like what it is. But if you read it, then you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And if there's really major spoilers, like I have to talk about it, then I will give some kind of warning. So if you don't want to hear it, then you can skip that part or whatever. That being said, even in the spoiler free section, I feel like there might be like minor spoilers about like, I might say like character names. So if you don't even want to see that, then go read this book and then come back. Look at what chapter 1 looks like. It feels like a crisp grade 6 afternoon, me seeing this graphic. I'm gonna start with chapter 1. I'll give you my next update. Coming out the gate swinging because happy birthday, haymitch. His birthday's on the reaping day. Crazy. This was the one where they doubled the amount of kids. This time it's 48 kids in the Hunger Games. That's crazy. Did you do this on purpose? haymitch works at like a brewery. Though I'm not a drinker myself, I'm glad to get the bottle. The subtle foreshadowing. Everdeen mention. Is that significant? You guys tell me. Second mention. Covey mention. Rachel Zegler from Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That's her. Less interested in pretty melodies, more in dangerous words. The kind that lead to rebel acts. Isn't there some theory that Rachel Zegler from Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is like somehow related to Katniss Everdeen? I don't know if that was confirmed, but I know that there was a theory about that somewhere. The reaping is going to happen no matter what I believe, sure as the sun will rise tomorrow. And this book is called Sunrise on the Reaping. I just feel like something so tragic and life-changing is gonna happen. That's gonna punch me in the stomach, as one does. I'm on chapter 2. 1 Abernathy, 1 Everdeen, and 1 Covey. This man is about to get reaped. Happy birthday, Haymitch. Oh my god, wait a second. What? Okay, I'm not gonna say what happened. Oh, haymitch. Chapter 3. District 12 tributes don't have automatic mentors, not even one because we're the only district without living victors, and that's who the job traditionally falls to. In 50 years, we've only had one victor, and that was a long time ago, a girl who no one seems to know anything about. I brought our victor up with Lenore Dove a few times, but she never wanted to discuss her. All of it is coming together. Chapter 4. Chapter 5. I'm about to go to a cafe with my friend. Chapter 6. Chapter 7. Oh my god, wait, I love chapter 6. Sorry, I look really busted. Almost 12 a.m. I'm gonna go to sleep because I have school tomorrow. Finally get haymitch's mentors. We have mention of our faves, fan faves from Catching Fire, which is Wyrus and Mags. 25 years younger than we saw them in Catching Fire. Any lore about any of like the previous Hunger Games I love. So we got lore about Wyrus's Hunger Games. Her arena was full of like mirrors, and so like literally every single thing was a reflection and everyone was like so disoriented, and then she was able to follow the light beams and found like a blind spot, and she was just chilling. She was chilling and vibing throughout that entire game. Okay, girl boss. Sorry I look busted and I sound busted. It's the morning. I'm eating breakfast. It's like not computing in my head that this man is the same man as whatever his name is, Woody, that actor's name. He has that rebellious spirit, even like when he did that whole thing with that girl, Luella. But oh my gosh, I mean, this man must have gone through the ringer, like actually been traumatized. The way that he like doesn't want Katniss to do all this stuff, probably because he already had tried to do it and failed, and that's what the story is. I can't outthink the arena. And then Wyrus says, maybe you can. The arena is just a machine, really, a killing machine. It's possible to outsmart it. Subtle foreshadowing. Chapter 8, Beatty mentioned. Beatty's here because he's a victor. And he's a mentor. Sorry, this is gonna be a spoiler. He's literally mentoring his kid in the Hunger Games. Chapter 9, Snowlands on Top mention. And this is the note that I made after I watched Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes for the first, this was in November 22nd, 2023 at 8:13 p.m. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, why I can't stay strong. And oh, look at that. Snow lands on top. And we landed on part 2, chapter 10. There's actually a plot twist at the end of chapter 9 that I actually didn't see coming, even though I should have. Rookie mistake. It's midnight. Chapter 11. I need everyone to comment below their opinion about Maisie. I support women's wrongs. I'm really hoping she has like the craziest character arc ever of all time. Also, the fact that Beatty has been trying to take down the arena in the Hunger Games, like the fact that he finally was able to do that, Katniss was finally able to do that actually, like what he has been planning to do 25 years before, starting from here. That's so crazy. Now I'm getting a 1. That TikTok sound that's like, I would give it a 0, but I can't give it a 0. So instead, I give you a 1. Chapter 13, and we get our first Effie cameo. Loki, is Cinna gonna be in this? I'm wondering if he's gonna make an entrance because the designer I know this is an unpopular opinion, but like, even though I love Elizabeth Banks, but I never really liked Effie. I mean, she's from the capital. Like, bitch, I don't trust it. The only capital man I trust is Cinna. So I thought that he was gonna be the one to cover. Okay, you're sitting on a microwave. I love prequel literally more than any other book in the entire world. This is also why I love being spoiled for things. Okay, call me a monster. If that makes me a villain, so be it. Spoilers are like the one way that you will actually get me to like watch something or like read something. This is exactly why there's literally like a whole scheme, like a whole rebellion trying to happen, trying to mess up the arena, trying to overthrow the capital, trying to mess up the Hunger Games. Pretty much all the stuff that only succeeded 25 years later. Because we know how this ends, like I'm reading this and binge, you know that it's not gonna work. All the things that they're scheming to do, you know it's not gonna work, and now you're just like kind of fighting for your life. How is this gonna go wrong? And when it goes wrong, what is gonna happen to these people? Like this man lost everything, and it's definitely because of this. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what if this failed plot is the reason why they made the next quarter quell like choosing from the victors? Because it is the past victors, like the mentors here, who are like driving this plot forward. Chapter 14. I don't know if this is true. I think that it is. That Susanna Collins is like a screenwriter, and so if you read the first Hunger Games book, there's like the halfway point and the halfway point, and every single one has like something new that's happening a movie would, and that's why it like reads like a movie. So we're at 48%, almost halfway through the book, so I'm gonna assume my prediction is that when the 50% mark hits, that's when the games are gonna start. Chapter 15, the night before the games. Oh my gosh, they're in. My sweaty palms swipe the sides of the glass tube as I try to steady myself. The tube runs out and I'm teetering on my plate when a gust of air hits my face and the light blinds my eyes. As they adjust, my brows shoot up in disbelief as I get my first look at the arena. Beauty takes my breath away. Ladies and gentlemen, let the 50th Hunger Games begin. Chapter 16. I was trying to remember like what exactly haymitch's arena was. There was this one night where I went on like a rabbit hole, just read all the information about like every single arena that's like ever been existent. All I remembered about haymitch's arena was that there was like that force field that was like around the arena, and like he used that to win the games. And I remember it being like a canyon, like was there some kind of canyon involved? And then I had a recollection of like an arena where it was like really beautiful, but like everything's like poison, like that one island in Life of Pi, and I just didn't know what arena it was. And now I'm thinking like, was it actually this arena? Like, sorry, every single like nighttime filming that I have is in like the most atrocious angle ever, and me wearing the same clothes because I'm in my pajamas every single night. But this is when I get the majority of my reading done. The last opponent, I think I always assumed that like, I was like, it must be someone like one of the careers. Like in my head I'm like, okay, it has to be like Panache, or however you pronounce his name, the one who hates Haymitch. He is the obvious choice for who's gonna be like the last person standing with Haymitch. But then I was like, I feel like that's what Susie wants us to think. So my first guess is going to be that guy, Panache or something. And then if not him, I feel like the greater gut-wrenching option would be Amber or Wyatt. I feel like if she like really wants to ruin us, because everyone was like crying at the end of this book, so I'm like, was it Amber? Sorry, I missed a couple chapters like recording it because I was out all day and I couldn't resist. Part 2 or part 3, the poster, is chapter 19. Don't you fear though, because I kept notes for the last couple chapters. So my final winner predictions are down the drain. Yeah, scratch everything I said about that. I'm stupid. That didn't happen. Also, Haymitch low-key having some out-of-pocket, mildly manic moments. You know, if you know the vibes, then you know the vibe. I'm confused about Lulu. I don't understand that. Not like what happened, but like what happened after, because like, what did she not look different? Like, I don't understand what that girl is where they're like, oh my gosh, is she someone who's like punished from District 11? Like, would she not look different? These are not gonna be spoilery if you like didn't read the book. They're like, because they're out of context. I don't understand the logic behind that, or like maybe I'm like missing something, because like even like trying to find someone who looks similar, like it would still be not the same person. Like people would be able to tell. So yeah, I don't really understand that. And then I said I actually think the one who's gotten the most screwed over by the capital, not that it's the Prussian Olympics, is Beatty. Like actually, I actually think of all the characters we've seen so far, and I'm talking about the entire Hunger Games franchise, like every single person we've seen, they've all, first of all, again, it's not the suffering Olympics, like they've all are living a terrible life and had a completely screwed over life because of the capital. But I genuinely do think like if you put a gun to my head and told me to name the person who got screwed over the most, I have to say that it's Beatty. You have to agree with me, because what the hell, oh my god, probably the worst, most like unimaginable thing that could ever happen to a person happened to him. So I don't know how he was still kicking. Now on that happy note, let's go to chapter 19. Hey guys, before I catch up to watch the rest of The Bachelor, I think the finale came out. I'm watching Grant's season. Also, you know how like you're just in a mood to like eat like 12 clementines? I have that but with grapes. It's just the feminine urge to eat an entire bag of grapes. Sorry, look, I've been slacking on giving the chapter by chapter updates, but I have a good reason for it. The plot is so good that I just want to keep reading. Plus, I've been looking busted in every single clip because I always film it right before I go to bed. I'm on chapter 21. I was not expecting the haymitch Maisley iconic duo to happen, like, but the mutts in this arena are actually insane. Take your time, what's the rush? Also, I think Suzanne Collins is like in her Spotify bag. The number of songs that are in this, like, I swear that there were never this many like songs featured in any of the other books. This is looking at toxic trait. Maps and songs, I always skip them in books. Like, I actually don't read them. It's so automatic, like, I have to skip it because what do you mean I need to make up a melody in my head? Be so don't piss me off. Never. Never. I have a bad feeling about Maisley. Not like that I think that she's evil. I just have a bad feeling. My suspicions, but I hope this isn't true. Oh my god. Did I just solve Sunrise on the Reaping? Oh my god. Everyone who's been like, did I just solve Severance? That's how I feel right now. Either she is gonna end up dying, I think there's other way, or she's the last tribute left with Haymitch and like she's the one in the final showdown. I'm trying to remember if it was a boy or girl tribute. Like, did they say? I thought that it was a boy tribute. I just like assumed that. I hate that. Hashtag hate that. Was it a girl tribute or a boy tribute? I feel like it was a boy. That's why I guessed either Panache, Amber, or Wyatt. Like, it's none of those boys. I was so wrong. I'm just gonna say that Haymitch and Maisley's little relationship is really cute, actually. Now let's start chapter 22. But I also need to watch The Bachelor. If you guys have watched it, make the comments a discussion board. Chapter 23, finally reached the end of the arena. I was wondering when that would happen. Now it makes sense why that happened anyway. Like, the whole thing was like Haymitch for some reason found like the end of the arena and we like never knew why. Oh god, I don't even know what chapter this is. Oh my god. This is literally, they walked so Rue and Katniss could run. I could live 10,000 years and never erase this sight from my memory. Blinded by my desire to paint my poster, I left the real treasure unattended. Yeah, all my theories were crap. I didn't. Don't listen to a word that I say. It was a girl. My bad. Girls can be murderers too. Girls can. That is such insane behavior. Can I just say, I will always give women the benefit of the doubt. Actually, like I said, I support women's wrong, but low-key, this is just like, that is such insane behavior. Oh my god. Axe to axe, we go at it. God, it's happening, it's happening. Oh, he stabbed. He stabbed. Oh my god. I can't believe that I'm gonna see this in a movie. As the hot air rising from the canyon washes over me. This isn't spoilers, by the way. I'm reading this part because it's actually not a spoiler because we all know what happened and this is just us seeing it happen. Unable to run any farther, I turn to face my opponent. Oh my god, it's happening. Without hesitation, she raises the axe and lets it fly. Already on the verge of giving away, fold like wet cardboard, and I collapse to the dirt as the axe whistles over my head into the canyon. Then there's the return of the whistle, her moment of confusion as the spinning axe catches the sunlight and the dull, sickening sound as it lodges in her head. It happened. Okay, that was anticlimactic. But I remember when I first heard how Haymitch's games ended, like it ended like that, like he used the force field. I was like, that is so, that changed the way that I saw Haymitch. I was not familiar with your game, sir. But you know what, now that I'm reading it, it actually like wasn't, it's probably still big brain, but definitely not as big brain as I thought it was gonna be. Not that I'm in any position to judge because I would probably be the dumb person who like goes to the cornucopia and is like part of like the third of tributes who like die because you're dumb enough to go to the cornucopia when the game starts. It seems an awful shame not to try for one more poster. I knew this was gonna happen. He's literally having a whole Katniss moment, which actually now actually clear that Katniss was just having a Haymitch moment. Obviously this is all propaganda to cover it up. Haymitch walked so Katniss could run. Haymitch Abernathy, you're to stop all activity immediately. Drop that now. I don't know what you're doing. Stop. Don't throw it. But I do. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? My last sensations are of the slippery coils of my intestines in one hand and the songbird pressing against my skin and the earth quaking beneath me. I die happy. Period. That's literally all it says. Chapter 25. Oh my god, what in the dystopia is happening? Where is he? Literally, what is happening? Focus on. Snow lands on top and Haymitch is crowned the victor. Chapter 26. Was he like having a vision about like Snow's past or something? Was that Rachel Zegler that he was dreaming about? I don't understand the significance of that. That whole thing was, I'm really tired, low-key. Oh my god, it looks like I have bangs, but I don't. Never again. Making Haymitch ride back on the train home with 3 coffins of the other tributes is actually insane psychotic behavior. Lenore Dove plays it for Burdock sometime. Guess what the song is? Are you? Are you? Oh my god, if you're reading this around page 367, not that that means anything, 88% of the way through, he like came back to District 12, he's looking for his family. which is how I know this was no accident. Ordered by snow for my homecoming. The shards of my heart shift and drive into my lungs, making breathing an agony. My fault, I say for the second time this morning. Desperate to be alone, I let them take me there to the strange capital cage, which I instantly hate. Oh, haymitch. You're actually joking. Her eyes fixate on something in the distance. See that, she says hoarsely. I turn my head and see the sun just peeking over the horizon. What? The sun? Don't you let it rise, she gets out. Her head jerks a bit to the side. On the reaping, she whispers. Anyway. Chapter 27. Oh, haymitch, I would welcome death if it wasn't for my promise to Lenore Dove that I would somehow keep the sun from rising on the reaping. The impossibility of it adds to my despair. I drain the bottles of sleep syrup to escape reality. Oh no. Guys, it's starting. I hit the bottle even harder, drinking, disappearing into the night, regaining consciousness in the forgotten places of District 12. It's Effie Trinket who finds me thus, the morning of the victory tour. Not the victory tour. I forgot about that. Trying to forget is my full-time job now. Effie does her best to keep me sober, but the train's loaded with booze. Wires and Mags were tortured, right? And I'm guessing Beatty's dead. But he's too valuable to kill. I thought he'd have killed himself. He can't. His wife's pregnant. What? Beatty actually? That man got the short stick. I am living proof that the capital always wins. I tried to keep that sun from rising on another reaping day. I tried to change things and now everybody's dead. No, haymitch, we need someone exactly like you. Just luckier, I say. Luckier or with better timing. The subtle foreshadowing. I have nothing to live for. Then you have nothing to lose. That puts you in a position of power. Plutarch like confuses me. I don't know how I feel about that man. I'm nobody's idea of a hero, haymitch, but at least I'm still in the game. But I can't say I have no future because I know that every year for my birthday I will get a new pair of tributes, one girl and one boy to mentor to their death, another sunrise on the reaping. And when I remember that, I hear Sid's voice waking me the morning that Raven first tapped on my chamber door. Happy birthday, haymitch. The epilogue. Oh my gosh. It's about Katniss. Because haymitch is best friends with Katniss's father. Tough and smart, I'm just gonna come here. Tough and smart, her hair in 2 braids then, reminding me for all the world of Llewellyn McCoy, my sweetheart. After she volunteered for the games, that nickname couldn't help but slip out. He does call her sweetheart because she reminds him of Luella. Didn't want to let them in, her and Peta, but the walls of a person's heart are not impregnable, not if they have ever known love. She's not an easy person, she's like me, but she was smarter than me, or luckier. She's the one who finally kept that sun from rising. Oh my god, all comes full circle. Do you guys see that? Oh my god, I just finished that book. I just finished this Hunger Games book on a random Tuesday night. Oh my god, literally after that, it's like a sneak peek of the next book, which is the Hunger Games. As if this wasn't released in 2008. Oh my god, and it's chapter 1 of the Hunger Games. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't cry, even though I saw people crying. And I can't figure out who I want for my young haymitch casting. I trust the casting director. They're actually like the only casting directors I trust.